Today is another seedling update video that I have for you guys. I'm going to go through everything that I have here growing under my LED lights. If you have any questions about how I started these seedlings or how everything is going or what am I using, just let me know in the comments, or feel free to check all of the videos. I'll leave the link for the playlist regarding all of the seed starting videos that I have made in the past few weeks. So let's get started. So these are the tomatoes that I started on March 4th. They had been here for about 9 days. So 9 days is the growth that these tomatoes have put on. Pretty soon I'll have to go through every single little individual and thin them out, because like this guy here, I have six seedlings here, but I only need 4, so 2 of them will have to go. And I was prepared to do that. I definitely added a few extra seeds in some of them, so I am very excited for these guys. These right here are my ornamental kale that I started on February 10th, and I started on smaller containers, and these are the bigger containers where I put them up, made of newspaper, and I think they're doing pretty well. So I started this set of flowers on March 5th, so about 8 days, and look at the alyssum. I have a bunch of alyssum popping up, so I have very good germination on those. I have some more alyssum over here, and also I have a couple, you may not be able to see it, I have a couple, one, 2, 3, 4 craspedia that are popping up. Nothing on the lace flower yet, and nothing on the verbena. Again, I started this on March 5th, so you know, about 8 days or so. And I have bells of Ireland here. These were started on March 7th. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The one in the middle has nothing, but I'm just going to leave 1 plant per container, because remember, bells of Ireland do not like their roots to be messed with. So ideally I will divide these, but I'm not going to mess up with them, so I'm just going to thin them out. But it's very early yet, obviously. And over here I have jicamas that were started on the 7th of March as well. Nothing there yet. Apparently they take their time to germinate, so I am not worried about that. These are the eucalyptus that I transplanted here about a week ago. This eucalyptus was started on January 21st. So it's a slow grower for sure. But I mean, it's not dying, so that's a good thing, right? I have brassicas here. I didn't do a video about this, but I had to transplant them out from the little containers where I had them. Actually, these were the containers where I had them here. I don't know if you can see that, but from here I had my broccoli, and here I have my cauliflower. So right now they just have a little bit more space there. I didn't realize how quickly they were going to be growing and how big they were going to get. So next year for sure, I'll make a note to start them in bigger containers like this one, so they can just spread out and I don't have to mess with the roots. And I only have them here for about a couple more weeks or so before I put them outside. And what I have been doing already with the nicer temperatures that we have had outside is that I take them out for a couple of hours under the shade, protected from the wind, so they can start to acclimate to the outside. So slowly I am starting to harden them off. And the brassicas were started on the 23rd of February. So about 2 weeks or so. So I have onions here. They are looking very well. I have not fertilized them yet. I am going to do that soon. And I'm also going to come here and trim about about an inch or so of the top, just so that the plant can concentrate on growing the roots part. But they're looking pretty good. And the onions were started on January 28th. So this is all the growth. I still have not trimmed up the tops yet. And this is all from January 28th. The Gara is looking beautiful, you guys. It really started doing a lot better after I transplanted them here. This Gara I started on the 10th of February. This is the only perennial that I'm going to be starting from seed this year, but they're doing pretty amazing. And this is the lemongrass that I started on the 15th of February, and they're doing pretty good here. And lisianthus, they're a little bit dry. I have to water them today, but I mean, they're lisianthus. They were started on the 21st of January, and you can hardly see any growth there. I might have to transplant these, and maybe that will help them grow a little bit faster. Over here, I have coleus back here. Coleus were started on February 18th. And over here in the front, I have some Dusty Miller that were started on February 10th. And over here on this side, I have some Snapdragons. I had a really bad germination for Snapdragons. They were started on February 10th. And I will say that maybe 25% germination was what I got. So I'm not really sure what happened there. But the ones that look good, I transplant them, so hopefully they'll pick up and do better. And let me show you something else on the Snapdragons. I actually started a few more cells over here with a bunch of seeds from Snapdragons, so hopefully I'll have a good germination rate for these ones over here. I'm not really sure, but these right here were the ones that I also saved from the ones that I started on February 10th. So I hope that I can get a couple extra over here on this side. And over here, I have some Scarlet Sage Salvia that I started on February 10th. Everything, all Dusty Millers, Snapdragons, even my Foxgloves over here are also in their own little containers, and they are doing pretty well. I just transplanted this last week, so I'm hopeful they'll do better in their own little container. I have Dusty Miller over here as well, more Foxgloves over here. So not bad. And over here I have all of my sweet and spicy peppers that were started on February 10th. I transplanted these on the last video. You saw how I did that. And they're here with their own name tag, their own space, so hopefully they can start growing here. And not bad at all. These right here are the sweet peas that I started on March 5th, I believe. These are the newspaper pots that I made in the video as well. And I have a bunch of sweet peas coming through. And what I'm going to do actually is that I feel like the extra space here that I have with the newspaper, it's kind of curving in. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut some, about an inch or so, because I don't have the soil all the way to the top. So I feel like sometimes when especially when I water, I have the paper go in because it wants to curve in. So I'm just going to cut that a little bit lower, closer to the soil level, and I'll make sure next time to know that I probably shouldn't leave all this much space on the top. So I am learning as well. They're doing amazing. But that is it for this video, you guys. I am glad that I was able to give you an update on how the seedlings are going. I am very, very pleased with everything, despite some of them not germinating well, but they're doing pretty amazing. But again, I have almost every video on how I started all of these seedlings before and how I potted them up, so feel free to check those. I'll leave the link for the playlist on seed starting for 2021, and I hope that you enjoyed the other videos as well.